Good morning, everyone. This is in re the matter of the estate of John Ira Lee. Good morning. I see you, Ms. Nedenrath and Mr. Smith. And I see somebody that's identified as Fran's iPhone.
Yes, Judge, we have one of the children of Mr. Lee, Franchika, is on via her iPhone.
Thank you. And so I know that we have cross petitions for guardianship. One filed by El Cabral Lee. He's not present today. Has there been any communication with him?
Judge, he has been involved in this case. I know I've spoken with him. I know Mr. Smith has spoken with him recently. I did send out a copy of the order to all the children of Mr. Lee, at least the ones who I had the addresses for. So I know he was on last time via Zoom. I think he was on in the law library. He came all the way up here to Waukegan and realized it was going to be via Zoom. So he was able to get on in the law library. I'm kind of surprised to not see him today because as I understand it, he is still bringing his cross petition for guardianship.
Mr. Smith, have you had any more recent communication with him? Yeah.
I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt. Are you able to hear me? Because I cannot hear anything that is being said.
I can hear you, but you can't hear you. We can hear you, but you can't.
Correct, I cannot hear anything.
You may, you want to chat?
Call in. Can you call in via phone, Perry?
Chat with him and tell him to maybe sign off and sign back in.
So, Judge, I can at least bring you up to speed. I know Mr. Smith has filed 2 supplemental GAL reports.
So I have reviewed his original and then a supplemental. Is there another more recent report?
There was, and that
Wait,
third
hold on. There's
supplemental.
Lee. Good morning, Mr. Lee.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Lee has just joined us. Can you hear me, Mr. Lee? Yes, you're muted, but you appears you can hear me. Okay, Mr. Smith, are you having any better luck hearing us, hearing me? Okay, now you're muted.
Yes, I hear everybody. Hello.
Good morning. And Mr. Smith, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, Your Honor.
Okay, good. All right, and Ms. Nedenrath, so I know we had Franchika, but she was here. I don't know, are you there, Franchika? She's not responding. Okay, anyway, Ms. Nedenrath, you were going to give me an additional update.
Sure, Judge. So as I indicated, Mr. Smith has now filed a 3rd supplemental report, the subject of which pertains to Franchika, who has now filed a cross petition asking to be appointed as guardian of the person of Mr. Lee. Her position is that she would like a neutral party to be guardian of the estate. And at least she's indicated to me that she had no problems serving with her brother, El Cabral. I don't know what his position is on that. Mr. Smith did recommend that El Cabral Lee serve as guardian of the person. Based on his recommendation, I would then withdraw Mr. Bomas's petition of guardianship of the person only and persist in our petition for guardianship of the estate only.
Okay. So, Mr. Smith, I have not had an opportunity to receive or review your most recent report, but has it been distributed to Mr. Lee and Ms. Francesca? Last name I you're muted, Mr. Smith. There you go. You're muted again. There you go.
I did mail it out, Your Honor,
Okay.
and email.
Mr. Lee, did you receive a copy of Mr. Smith's most recent report?
I believe so.
Okay. And Francesca, I don't see you anymore, but are you still there on the phone? Okay. Mr. Lee, were you aware of, it's your sister, Francesca, is that correct?
Franchika is her name.
Thank you.
Yes,
I apologize for mispronouncing.
that's okay.
That's your sister, Francesca.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And what was your position in terms of serving with her as a co-guardian of the person of your father's estate?
Well, you know, I don't really have a problem with it. The thing is we're looking at guardianship and guardian of the estate, you know. So what I don't understand is I don't see any reason why Mr. Bomas or anybody for that matter other than family between me and Fran should be the guardians of the estate and the guardian of the person.
Okay, so this is what I'm trying to do. First, there's some things I want to establish. The first is to establish the issue of disability, whether or not John Ira Lee is to be determined a disabled person. And it appears that everybody, because there has not been a determination of disability for the plenary guardianship, is that correct? Yes. Okay, so that's the first issue, and it seems that everybody is in agreement on that issue.
I'm sorry, repeat that again. Everybody's in agreement of what issue?
Is in agreement that John Ira Lee is in fact a disabled person pursuant to the definition of the statute, and that he should be determined disabled by this court. You've indicated that in your petition. Apparently Francesca has indicated that in her petition. Our guardian, Mr. Smith, has indicated that he believes him to be disabled. And I've read the doctor's report. So that's the preliminary consideration for this court, is whether or not he's a disabled person. Okay. The second thing is if we have any agreements about guardianship. And so what I was asking about was guardianship of the person, because it appears that if Francesca and Al Cabral, if you are in agreement to act as co-guardians of the person, that Ms. Nedenrip, because that's the recommendation of Mr. Smith, Ms. Nedenrip is going to withdraw her petition, her client's petition, to act as guardian of the person. So that would make that issue a non-issue. We would still have the remaining issue of who would act as guardianship of the estate.
And,
Yeah.
Your Honor, if I could speak to that briefly. If you recall on this file, we had another sibling, Miriam, who I had filed a petition to revoke powers of attorney for, and I submitted that motion with supporting documents. It appears she had basically taken approximately $70,000 from the respondent. And so I think Mr. Smith's recommendation somewhat coincided with those facts, why he thought maybe Mr. Bomas would better serve in this role.
Okay, so what I'm trying to do to establish is that that issue is not resolved by agreement. Is that right? Yeah, okay. So that's what I would have to address. So there's also a petition to revoke the powers of attorney, my understanding, right?
Correct,
Yes.
Your Honor.
That's also set for hearing today. And Miriam, who is the agent in the power of attorney, is not appearing.
Judge, to be honest, I don't think it's set for hearing today. It was to set a hearing. So it is technically not set today, but this is now the second court appearance that Miriam has not attended, and I did send her a copy of the order from last court appearance.
You are correct. When I review this order, thank you.
Yeah.
It's set today to set a hearing on the pending petition and cross petition for guardianship. Okay, so I guess what I think is best that we can do today is identify what issues we have in agreement, if any, and what issues are left to be resolved in a formal hearing. And then we're going to set it for that hearing so that I can hear from everybody and I can make a determination of what is appropriate for and in the best interest of John Ira Lee. Okay, so.
Okay.
Excuse me, Judge. I'm just trying to understand what's going on. I think I've been the only one that has been consistent in participating in all of these meetings and hearings or whatever. And I'm just trying to find out, you know, what is going to be resolved today, because this has kind of been dragging on for some months. And I know we've dealt with a number of different issues, but I'd like to see if we could get some resolve today. And I'm putting myself out there once again. I've signed the cross petition. I've done my homework and what I needed to do to be the guardian of the person of my dad, and then also to be the guardian of the estate. So what else?
I hear you, Mr. Lee. Is Karina and Andre a part of this matter? No, okay. So, and I too would like to move this forward as efficiently and as expeditiously as possible. But when I review this last court order, it says to set the matter for hearing. So if there are issues that are not in agreement, then I have to set a formal hearing date. And then I hear from the respective parties because there's more than one petition currently pending. I also have not had an opportunity yet to review Mr. Smith's latest report to the court. So to the extent that there, and also too, it's my understanding now that Franchika, did I say that right?
Yep, yep.
Franchika has filed, she's here today, although I'm not hearing her speak up, but she has also filed a cross petition.
Right.
My understanding, again, I have not seen the report, that she's willing to serve with you as a co-guardian of the person, if that's something that you are in agreement with.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Okay. So I don't know why we're not hearing from Franchika right now, but so I guess then my question is, can we enter an order of agreement as to some of those issues and then set the disputed issues for hearing? Yes. Okay.
Yes, Judge, I think we can go ahead and do that. I think then guardianship of the person should be placed with Al Cabral Lee and as co-guardian person. And then for the hearings, we would have here guardianship of the estate, as well as my motion to revoke the powers of attorney that Miriam is holding.
Okay. So do you understand that, Mr. Lee?
Yeah, so the understanding is that I would have co-guardianship of my dad as a person with my sister, Franchika. And then we would also have the guardian of the estate for my dad. Am I hearing that correctly?
No, so there's still a dispute over who.
Oh, okay, okay. So I think the third thing was that we want to make sure that Miriam doesn't have the power of attorney, correct?
So so there's going to be two things that are set for hearing on the next court date. One is the issue of who is guardian of the estate. That's just the issues related to the money and the finances. And the other is whether or not I should revoke those powers of attorney that are currently naming Miriam as the agent for your father.
Yes, you should. I mean, I'm asking that you would, and so would Fran.
Hello?
Hey, Fran, are you there? Fran? Okay, go ahead, Judge. I'm sorry.
Yes, so then on that hearing date, you would have an opportunity to express your position or present any evidence or testimony in support of that revocation. The reason I can't go ahead with that hearing today is because in the court order, it says it's set.
Hello?
Hello,
Let's
Franchika?
see.
Yeah, we hear you, Fran. Just
Hello?
listen and talk. Can you?
Hello?
Yeah, we're right here. We hear you.
Hello, Franchika.
The judge is talking right now.
Can you hear me? Franchika? Okay, she's muted herself now. So in the court order that everyone was given notice of, it said it was not set for hearing today. It was set to set a hearing date today. So I can't proceed with the hearing because proper notice hasn't been given to everyone. So today I'm going to set it for a specific date and time. We're going to have a hearing and then I'm going to address any of the unresolved issues. Okay. All right. I don't know that there's any reason we couldn't do this reasonably near in time.
Hello?
Hello, Franchika. We can hear you, but apparently you can't hear us.
I'm going to text her real quick and tell her that.
Mr. Smith, there's no additional investigation that's necessary from your perspective. You prepared your report. I just haven't had an opportunity to see it yet.
Yeah, I think that from my aspect that nothing.
We lost your audio for some reason.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes. So what I'd like to do is set it for hearing on the unresolved issues. I'm looking at 1:30 p.m. on July 15th.
Okay, and that'd be virtual?
Actually, that date, Judge, I'm sorry, that date's not going to be good for me.
How about the 16th? Or is that whole week bad?
No, the 16th, Judge, is just fine.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna set it for 1:30 p.m. For hearing, and Ms. Neddenriep, will you prepare the order and to circulate it to everyone?
Yes, I will. And also, I would assume, Mr. Smith, you'll be wanting to file your fee petition for hearing at that time. I can just include that in the order.
Actually, what I would probably do, not knowing the length of time that we would be engaged on that day, is I can just file a fee petition after that date.
Okay, not a problem. I just thought I'd help you out if I could.
That's appreciated.
All
Okay,
right.
Why
so
can't I
Ms.
hear
Neddenriep
the
is gonna
audio?
prepare the order. She's gonna send it to me today. I'm gonna assign it. And then, Ms. Neddenriep, will you send a copy to everyone?
Yes,
I
absolutely.
just want to make sure that everyone receives notice of that hearing date so we don't have any notice issues.
Yeah, and I will certainly file an entry of order indicating that as
Oh
well.
my goodness.
File.
Thank you. Okay,
Your Honor, also I want to let you know that both my second and third supplemental reports that I had sent via email to Miriam, both of those I've gotten a bounce back message on the email that the email is no longer in effect.
okay. We have a last known address for her.
We do.
Okay.
I'll send it to mail.
Yes, by mail. Okay, I'll look forward to seeing you on July 15th or 16th at 1:30 p.m. so that we can fully resolve these last remaining issues, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Have a nice day. Franchika? I don't know if you can hear me. Apparently I can't hear you. Earlier we could hear you, but you couldn't hear us. Oh wait, you're connecting to audio now. Okay, you are muted now. If you could unmute yourself, Fran Shika.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
yes, good morning.
Good morning.
We have resolved the issues for today. And so there's going to be an order entered that you and your brother are going to be the co-guardians of the person of your father. There's
Okay,
remaining issues that are unresolved in regard to guardianship of his estate and also in regard to the revocation of powers of attorney. So those are set for hearing on July 16th at 1:30 p.m. A court order is going to be signed by me today and will be, everyone will receive a copy by mail. Okay?
oh, okay, so July 16th, you said,
Yeah.
and you said at 1:30?
Correct.
Okay, did, so did,
All I can say.
was there anything that was spoken?
So I can't have a private conversation with you because not everyone's here now. So you're going to get a court order that summarizes everything that happened today and setting it for hearing on this July 16th. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
all right, well, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Good. Karina and Michael, is everybody here or are we still waiting for other parties?
We may be waiting for other parties. I'm not sure. I sent notice to 6 people, see if anybody else shows up.
Okay, we can definitely go ahead and give it a few more minutes.
Good morning.
Morning,
This is the state of Michael v. John Georgie, 19P 972. We're set for hearing this morning on the petition to allow the guardian to re-execute will of the ward and to change account beneficiaries. And it was set for hearing today by the court's order of May 28th, 2020. Mr. Goldberg, you're here on behalf of the petitioner.
That's right, Your Honor.
So I'm not hearing your audio, even though you are not muted.
Hmm.
Oh, you know what? I know why. There we go. Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great.
And you're ready to proceed to hearing?
I am, Your Honor.
And Karina Ann Andrews,
Yes, ma'am.
and you are here. Have you filed any responsive pleading to the petition? No.
As of no, not yet, no. I was going to ask for time to respond in writing to the motion. I just got in contact with a lawyer and she is going to be helping me through this.
Ms. Goldberg, do you want to respond at all?
I have no objection to a briefing schedule, Your Honor, provided they file their appearance shortly.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so Ms. Andrews,
Yes, ma'am.
you've already spoken to an attorney and retained his or her services?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I actually got the email just a little bit ago to go ahead and sign.
Okay, so will your attorney be able to file his or her appearance within 14 days?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so then we'll establish a briefing schedule to allow your attorney an opportunity to respond to the petition. And then I assume, Mr. Goldberg, you might want an opportunity to reply.
I would, Your Honor.
Okay. And then would you like to set it for a pretrial or a date to set a hearing date once we've, or just go ahead and set the hearing date now?
I'd like to set the hearing date now, Your Honor.
That'll be fine.
Okay, so I'm going to grant you 28 days to file your responsive pleading.
Yes, ma'am.
And then do you want 7 or 14 to reply, Mr. Goldberg?
14, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm looking at a hearing date of maybe August 18th at 10:30 a.m. I'm going to ask you, in terms of Mr. John Georgie's ability to communicate, I'm wondering if a guardian ad litem should be appointed. I don't know what the extent, I know that he has a traumatic brain injury. I don't know the extent of his ability to communicate.
It's very limited, Your Honor.
Yes.
He has no short-term memory, and he has a lot of difficulty communicating even simple ideas.
Was there a guardian ad litem appointed previously?
Yes, there was, Your Honor.
Do you remember who that was?
I can find out here in a minute. Let's check.
Excuse me.
I'm looking through the file, but I'm just not seeing that order.
Yeah, I think I have it here.
Raven, can you tell from this court, can you tell from the, if who the guardian ad litem was previously? It's 19P 972. And Mr. Giangiorgi is currently in Grays Lake, is that right?
Yes.
Yes, that's your honor.
Michael is the disabled. No. Okay. All right, I am going to appoint a guardian ad litem to investigate this issue of the disabled person's preferences in terms of guardianship if they may be ascertained. So specific for that purpose. And I'm going to appoint Lisa Wizawati. Mr. Goldberg, will you prepare that order, please?
I will, your honor.
It's Wisowaty.
Yes. I'm sorry, your honor. Did you say the hearing was August 13th at 10:30? Is that right?
I
Yes.
thought I said August 18th. August 18th at 10:30.
August 18th. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I'll prepare the order.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you then.
Bye.
Is this where I hang up? I'm sorry. Have a great day.
Have a nice day.
Thanks. Bye-bye.